Yeah,
for the
Jason
shootout.
here is the race director extraordinaire for the NDRL. He also will moonlight every night and then for us filling in.
Yeah,
occasionally.
Sure.
And would love to have him. He's going to make things run really smooth for these guys. It's going to be a great show.
Well, Jason, hopefully you can hear me there. I know we got a little bit different setup than we're used to, but Rob was just talking about the car count expected. Your crew possibly bringing in 100+ cars.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks ago. We had 105 in Norwalk. So I expect anywhere between 80 and 100 cars. Absolutely.
That's going to be incredible there. Now, Jason, what separates you from the norm? What makes the Nostalgia drag racing so special?
Well, all of our cars are 79 and older. The big thing is we don't use electronics. All these guys bracket racing have delay boxes and all that good stuff. We don't allow fuel injection unless it's the old Hillborn style. So everything is either off a button to trans brake. A lot of guys foot brake, but it's all older style drag racing before the electronics came along, and just some really old cool cars and fast.
I was going to say fast. What kind of speeds are we looking at, who are some of the names to keep an eye out for the fans?
Well, our 7.0 program is always very tight. We had the top 4 qualifiers run 7.00 with a 5. They all ran. So what separated them was the mile an hour, and 2:05 took the top spot. 2:01 took the second spot, and then I think it was 1:99, 1:98. So they're all right about 200 miles an hour in the 7.0 class. Then we've got a 750 index class. It's the competitiveness in those two classes are very tight. One of the stars of that 750 class is Kelly Friels Key out of Island, Kentucky, and she's a past champion and looking to do it again this year. We've got a local guy, James Hayes, that's currently leading the points. Black Corvette. Yep. You see him down here every now and then. He's actually going to run. He's leading the points in another series also, and he's going to go race there Friday and Saturday. Show up here Sunday with no qualifying runs, jump on the bottom of the ladder and give it a shot. So that'll be one to watch also.
That is also with the NDRL. I know that Rob had been talking about that you have some of your competitors coming in as early for tune-in test. So if any of the fans want to get in some excitement there and catch what they can do on the track, they're going to be spread out through the weekend. Yeah,
we've got a bunch of them coming in tomorrow, and then they plan on testing Friday. We don't qualify till Saturday morning. A few might test tomorrow night, but I expect most of them to wait until Friday. But I would say, testing-wise, I'd say, most of them will test. So it'll be, at least probably 30, 40, 50 cars testing on Friday night.
Wow.
Yeah, Friday's going to be a really good night.
That's going to be, that's going to be in addition to can check out the shootout that is going on the track there Friday night. Roll that into Saturday. Now Jason, a little bit, about yourself. I know you've had a long history in the race game, but a little bit how you got, how you hooked up with the NDRL and how you kind of rose through those ranks with the group.
Well, it all started right here. They. In the very early stages of the NDRL, when their car counts were low and they were just building themselves, they came to Edgewater. And it's been 8 years ago, and that's how I met them. Said, man, these are some really cool cars. And over the winter, their numbers were growing, and they needed somebody to help run their race program. The guy that was running the race program was also the president and also racing, and he just couldn't do it all. And we negotiated a contract over the winter, and I've been there ever since. Just a great group of people to be involved with. I'm honored to be a part of this group. They never cease to amaze me on how they come together as a whole. If one person has a problem, everybody chips in, parts, time, labor, whatever they can do. And that's pretty much the drag racing community in a whole,
Definitely.
That works like that. But you see it more because I call it a traveling circus. So we're the same group of people together once a month, 6 times a year, and they just everybody gets along. There's no resentment or anything with anybody. It's just a really, really great group of people.
A true family atmosphere, and you are correct. You see it across the board when it comes to the sport of drag racing. Now, Jason, you had mentioned, I think it's especially cool that you kind of got started where you started really helping this thing grow. You got to be a part of it. It's happened right there at Edgewater. So how important is it for you to be a part of a big event like this, where they honor, Mr. Weinle, Rob's father, who, built this dynasty, and now that we kind of remember him and give back in his honor for the memorial race?
Well, Dick, I started working here at Edgewater in my early 20s, and of course, Dick taught me everything I know. So this race means a lot to me. One, it's my home track. I know everybody. When I come down here, it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. And to be able to bring my group back down here, and thanks to Rob and the whole family for inviting us down. It really means a lot to me, and I'm excited for this weekend.
I've been working 3 years to make this happen, and I'm really excited about it.
I am too.
Well, I know the family, the staff, the community, absolutely excited for it. The NDRL going to be such a major part of the memorial race this weekend.
Absolutely.
Well, Jason, I'd like to thank you for your time and joining us here on the Edgewater Race Report. More than welcome to stick around with us, because as we're just going to kind of go, we're going to talk about some of the bracket racing, what's on the line there, and run through the schedule. But again, right there, the main event at that great attraction, Nostalgia Drag Racing League.
Thank you.
You've also got indexes at 8.0, 8.5.
Yeah, so our two quickest categories are the 7.0 index, 7 seconds in a quarter mile. We talked about, a couple 100 miles an hour, and a 750. And then we separate the gas cars, which are door cars, any full body cars, against the comp cars, which are altereds, front engine dragsters, anything that doesn't have doors, center steer cars, stuff like that. We index them in half-second increments, the quickest being 8 seconds and the slowest being 10. So it's 8 seconds, 8:50, 9 seconds, 9:50, and 10:0 in the quarter mile. And separate those two classes. The pro gas class is always our biggest class. We'll average, 40 cars there, so 20 or so in comp, and then the remaining cars in 750 and 7.0. And we've been pretty solid with 14 to 18 car fields in both of those this year. So no shortage of fast cars, no shortage of cool cars, no shortage of cars you've probably never seen before. Pat Friels will be here in his 1966 Pontiac GTO. He's been here to test before, and that's a 7.0 car in a quarter mile. His daughter Kelly is in the 750 class. They just put a new motor in it yesterday, so they called and they wanted to make sure they could test Friday, and I told them absolutely. Rocket Man Robbie Friels is in the 7.0 class, also part of the Friels family. We call it the Friels Circus, and they'll bring 3 cars plus a couple more in the group that run with them. So they usually bring 5, 6, 7 cars sometimes, just with that group. So there's going to be a lot to see in the pits. And as always, these guys welcome everybody in their pits. Come in, talk to them. If you got a kid, they'll put it in the car and take pictures. Don't be shy. These are some really nice people, and they like their cars and they like to show them off, and they like people to come over and take pictures and put their kids in and stuff. So it'll be a really good time.
It's real fan friendly as well. This is old school quarter mile heads up racing, so it's really exciting, and just love to see it.
I'd say that is awesome. So for all of our fans out there, make sure you're out mingling in the pits, talking to the drivers, hearing their stories, make that connection, because it just makes it that much more exciting when you're watching them on the track.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Rob.
Thank you for coming down and spending some time for us, and we'll get ready for this weekend.
I'm excited. We'll see you.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, special thanks there to Jason from the NDRL. Really looking forward to that, but